years was silenced by Iran's clerical government. So does her British concert last night herald another revolution in Tehran? To enhance their international image, the Iranian regime banned women from singing in public 20 years ago, and the country's most famous pop star thought her career was over. But Googoosh has been allowed to leave Iran for a world tour. Thousands turned up at her concert in London last night. The Iranian filmmaker Taghi Amirani has this special report.
Thousands of Iranians came to Wembley Arena last night, some paying as much as £250 for a ticket, to witness the most remarkable comeback in their country's musical history. Googoosh, Iran's biggest pop star, is back on stage singing again after a 22-year silence. A silence imposed by the Islamic government of Iran, which does not allow women to sing in public. In a move that stunned millions of Iranians both inside and outside her homeland, Googoosh was permitted to leave Iran last July. The 50-year-old singer has been wowing exiled Iranians in sellout concerts across North America. Now it's the turn of homesick expatriates here to celebrate her return and remember the life they left behind back in 1979.
Googoosh takes us back to a time in Iranian history before the revolution. It kind of takes us back to what we consider more happy times for a lot of us.
She's the best. She's just the best. I can't explain.
It's not clear whether Googoosh has left Iran for good or she plans to return. But for now, it's her world tour of 52 concerts that has really set the expat community buzzing.
She is an Iranian icon. She is our equivalent of Madonna, Marilyn Monroe, Shirley Bassey, Tom Jones, Teletubbies, everything rolled into one. And her coming to London is a huge deal for us because it's something that everyone's talked about for years and never thought it's possible.
I didn't believe it. When they told me Googoosh is here, I said, no way. I said, it's impossible, because that was my dream.
We had considered her dead with everything else that died in 1979 for our type of people. But she came.
She was silenced by the revolution, and now she is singing again. So something is happening.
Googoosh's career began at the age of 3 when, after her parents' divorce, she became part of her father's traveling show. When he discovered her talent for dance and mimicking leading singers of the day, he made Googoosh the main attraction. At 8, she had already acted in her first film. And by the time she was in her 20s, Googoosh had become Iran's biggest pop and movie star, adored by millions who followed her every move.
She was more than a singer. She introduced a way of life, basically, and she was so sincere.
By the late 70s, Googoosh's fame had spread well beyond the borders of Iran into the Middle East and Central Asia.
Googoosh was representing the modernity. She was so lively. She was giving us energy. And in a way, globalization was first translated for us by Googoosh.
And Googoosh, while not representing the entire Persian or Iranian culture, represented an era of frivolity, of happiness, of things were going well.
But this vision of a happy, carefree Iran was not shared by everyone. The Islamic Revolution of 1979 brought many things to an abrupt end, including Googoosh's singing career.
It was like a beautiful bird who just stopped singing all of a sudden.
The fact that a country can tell a singer you must not sing anymore, I mean, it's like taking a violinist or a pianist and breaking its fingers.
So how did Googoosh, who had been used to performing all her life, cope under the Islamic regime?
I became a silent singer. I don't know how, but I did it.
What did you miss most when you were silent?
This love, this excitement, and these people.
For a star who was forced out of the limelight by Iran's political turmoil, it was inevitable that her comeback would also be embroiled in politics and raise questions.
It's a bit of a mystery that why now? Why now and why all of a sudden it happened? We don't know really.
There are rumors that Googoosh was allowed to come out because pro-Khatami or reformists in Iran, they wanted to send a message to the world that everything is changing in Iran. Even Googoosh is allowed to come out. But I don't think that's, we shouldn't politicize the appearance of Googoosh.
But for some sections of the Iranian community, Googoosh's comeback is highly political. They believe her tour is a propaganda stunt and are boycotting the concert.
The reason I'm not going to this concert is because Iranian government, I believe, is behind it. I still love Googoosh, but she herself is a victim of the regime. It seems she is some sort of the hostage. She is protected 24 hours a day.
How likely is that?
I hope, and I see some good views of this feeling. I hope to be like that.
We were permitted a brief interview with Googoosh on the basis that she would not answer any political questions.
I would say that if Googoosh performed in Iran as she is performing in all the capitals around the world, that would convince me that things have changed. I think that would be the final test.
It was absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
And it's great. It's wonderful to see one person bringing all of us together.
And I hope she never goes silent again, ever.
Why, they're gaga for Googoosh.